Have you ever considered buying solar panels for your home to save some money on your electricity bills? If so, stay tuned because we're going to talk about the top 3 things you should consider before buying solar panels for your home. Hi, my name is Trenten Ward. This conversation comes up a lot with upcoming homeowners and existing homeowners. So if you are in that boat, you are not alone. So without further ado, let's get into the content. So number 1 on the list is going to be how to purchase solar panels. The 2 most common routes to purchase solar panels are going to be leasing them or the ownership route. You can think of these 2 different approaches very similar to buying a new car, as you're going to see shortly. Let's start off talking about the ownership route because that's going to be the one that's the most common. If you want to go the ownership route, you'll have the option of paying for the panels in cash or financing them over some predetermined amount of time. This is normally 25 years or less. When you finance the solar panels, the solar panel company will put a lien on your property until the payments have been made in full, and then the lien will be removed. The benefit of paying these solar panels off is that when you have a new buyer trying to purchase your property, they don't have to worry about an additional payment for the solar panels when they're factoring how much it's going to cost to own the home. The other option we're going to talk about is leasing the panels. Just like with a car payment, if you're leasing the solar panels, you aren't working towards purchasing them and getting rid of your monthly payment. Once your lease ends with the solar panel, you will have a few different options. One, you can purchase the solar panels for whatever they would like to sell it to you at that time. You could renew your term and do another lease of the solar panels, or you can return the solar panels to the solar panel company. It just depends on the specific company, but these are the typical options you will have at the end of your lease with your solar panels. One thing to be mindful of when you're leasing solar panels is escalation clauses. They will typically build these in, so every year or so or a certain amount of months, your cost of ownership for the solar panels will increase. So be sure to pay attention to that when you sign these contracts. So the second thing on the list that we're going to talk about is selling your home with solar panels. One of the biggest problems with solar panels is when you go to sell your property. Most of the time, people won't stay in the property long enough to pay off the solar panels, which leaves the decision to be made of what to do with them before you sell. Generally speaking, you have 2 different options. You can pay off the solar panels, or the new buyer can assume the payments. It just depends on the agreement that you currently have with your solar panel company and how much you owe. There's a lot of things that you can weigh when deciding what to do before you sell the property. If the buyers are to take over the payments of the solar panels, they will need to do a separate application with the financing company that the solar panel company uses so that they can be approved to take over those payments. And since this will be another debt that the buyer would take on, it will factor into their debt to income ratio that is used for a mortgage. So this is something that should be considered when pricing your home appropriately, because you have to factor in how much the person will have to pay a month to assume the solar panel payment versus a similar property that does not have solar panels. But maybe your buyer is looking for solar panels, so that could be a pro for them. But if they are not looking for solar panels, this could factor in how much they are willing to offer on your property. Now, another thing that people don't really think about when selling their property is buyer education. How knowledgeable is your buyer about solar panels? Is this something that they are looking for in a home, or is it a bonus, or is it something that they don't like? Not a lot of people fully understand the benefits of solar panels and what comes with the maintenance and the different contracts associated with that. They might go and choose a less complicated situation, but if that's something that they were looking to do in the future, it might be a benefit to them to buy something that already has the solar panels on them. Now, the third thing we're going to go over is your home's value. For the vast majority of homeowners, you will not see an increased value in your home equal to the amount that the solar panels will cost you. Solar panels are definitely a long-term play, and if you're getting it to increase the value of the home, there are a lot more cost-efficient ways to do so. Most home buyers are going to see solar panels as a nice to have, but not a must to have. And remember, not all homeowners like the aesthetics of solar panels. The placement of the solar panels can deter some, and some might not like them in general. For instance, if they come up to the property and you can see the solar panels on the front, that might turn off some people, and they might be better suited to be on the back of the house, but that might not be the most efficient place for them to be. So these are things that home buyers will look at when they see your property and determine how much the home is worth to them. In most situations, it's going to take a long time to recoup the investment you make into getting solar panels, but in the long term, you can get some great benefits. It just really depends on what is your return on investment every month and how long you will stay in the property. So if you're someone that plans to stay in this home for a very long time, this could be a very good option for you. And as an added bonus, you're helping the environment and helping everyone in the environment by using renewable energy. So I hope you found this information helpful. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area and you have any more questions about real estate or solar panels or anything of the sort, feel free to reach out to me for a free consultation. I'll put a link in the description down below. Talk to you soon. Peace.